Warning.
You are now.
What is going on, folks? We are live once again. I told y'all that it is going to be a very, 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 very busy month this month as we gear up for the Podathon. You know, we have the first ever outdoor podcast marathon that we are putting on September the 24th at Say Detroit Play Center. And I've been interviewing a lot of the supporters, a lot of the people who's been coming together to help me bring this event to you all. The vendors and the sponsors of the event have been coming through the studio to just let everybody know about their businesses, to raise awareness about the products and the services and the causes and the experiences and the opportunities that they have available to the public. And today it'd be no different. We have a good friend of mine, good sister Dee Dee from Compassionate Touch Residential Care in the building. How are you doing, sister?
I'm good. Good. Thank you for having me.
No problem, no problem. I appreciate your support on the event, and being a listener for a while and a viewer of the platform, and just being a supporter. Being a viewer. I already said that twice, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I'm thinking. You know how I be. I'm thinking of what I'm going to say next, and my brain was on repeat. But you have a residential care company. So what exactly does that entail? Let people know what would that be.
That would be sober living, nonviolent inmates coming out that don't have anywhere to go, homeless veterans, abused domestic violence women that have nowhere to go, no shelter. And I also have along with me is Miss Jasmine. She's my mentor and my partner. She's helping me get everything started. Jasmine.
Okay.
Yes. And the name of my business is Honoring Our Commitment, Affordable and Sober Living. We've been around for a little bit over 2 years, providing all different types of unique housing, structured to assist women with children, veterans, sober living, and we're expanding. So I'm excited to be here as well. Thank you for having me.
Most definitely.
You know what I love? The fact that we got two sisters sitting here, and they have similar, if not the same, businesses, and it's not a competition. It's not a competition. They supporting each other in the same endeavor.
Yes.
A lot of people usually. Oh, forgot to tell y'all, everybody. I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm Marcy. I'm here.
She just busted into the convo. I couldn't even introduce her. No, she good.
That's our cousin. That's how we do.
I didn't want to forget. I just want to make that point that.
Yeah, most definitely. And then how you doing, Marcy? Welcome to the show. Marcy is here. But that is a good point that she brought up because in our community, not only do we have a stigma about us not being to work together as a unit, but specifically sisters, right?
Yeah.
Black women, have a reputation, or I'll say the stigma, like I said the first time, of false stigma, I'll say, because I see more of y'all working together than not, nowadays. But it's good to see that, especially because you are in the same arena of business, you know what I mean? So a lot of times you have people working together and they have businesses that complement each other, but like Marcy said, y'all have the same business and y'all are working together. Now, if I can ask both of y'all, first off, what was your motivation? What was your inspiration for starting the business that you were in? And then, is this a non-profit or is it an actual LLC or what? Because it sounds like almost like a non-profit. I would think that it was a non-profit.
Yes. Well, no, for me, I'm just the LLC.
Okay.
Yep, I'm just the LLC. And what really motivated me to start this business is just going through struggles myself. I went through a mental breakdown shortly after losing my mother, and just seen a lot of things that I didn't like within the system to help, women of color. So, let's just say just anyone going through it, if you don't fall under a certain income bracket, or if, it doesn't matter. A lot of people don't have that sympathy or empathy when you are going through a lot of struggles. So when I fought through that is what made me really motivated to start this.
And it's like they're filling in the gray area. We don't have we have a gray area from the jail to hospital. What about the in between?
Exactly.
What about if I don't need emergency care, and what about I ain't did shit wrong,
Right.
and but I just need some support, and I don't see a lot of those places. I mean, we have shelters. What if I don't want to go to a
Exactly.
homeless shelter? So there's something that's more intimate, more useful, and a little bit more specific to the actual need of the client. Some people really don't think about this avenue as form of treatment.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Now,
that's part of the
I'm
reason why I was going
sorry.
to say, not to cut you off, it's part of the reason why we have so many people out here that are, I don't want to say astray, but I look at the closing of the mental institutions, right? And this is not quite a mental institution, right? But this still, the lack of institutions like these leaves a void open and leaves people out there in the world vulnerable to a need. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like this is almost solving a similar problem that we're facing out here with so many people that need mental health facilities, where we have people that need social help.
or
You know
just
what I'm saying? That's what y'all
refuge
provide.
to
Yeah.
get away from
Something.
that crazy MFer.
Exactly.
I mean,
Something.
I don't wanna lie. I've been in a situation before where I felt like I just couldn't get away from this person,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
and I had my own apartment.
Exactly.
And I'm like, let me go
Exactly.
somewhere where I'll be protected.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Can't be, won't be scrapping in there. And Detroit is not Detroit. Baltimore is called House of Ruth.
Okay.
We don't have that many places in Detroit like that. And I see. I was looking at your prices and looking at some of the what you offer. With a lot of people not working right now, or even before, these are affordable rates,
Right.
considering you get the housing, you get fed,
Yep.
transportation,
Heat.
and
Bed.
some a bed,
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
some place to feel safe.
Exactly.
And some, I mean, as far as the income from a lot of these kind of candidates, sometimes that's probably just what they can afford, and they want to, instead of being in a toxic household situation with a family member or
Yes.
their lover. So
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how long have you all been in existence for the both of you? When exactly did you start these institutions?
Well, I'm just getting started. I have been in the caregiving. I've been doing that for over 25 years. I had a client that I had before. She was autistic, and she was growing out of the system. She was going to turn 18, and that was the original reason why I did it. Excuse me. But I ended up not getting her, and her parents did something else. I'm not sure. So I still wanted to get into this right here, but my foot was stuck. And I end up finding this beautiful Jasmine. And when I tell you she has helped me, oh my God, she is a godsend, because I don't know how to do none of this stuff. Absolutely nothing. And that's what I tell her, your time is valuable. Whatever you, once again, like I told you earlier, whatever you tell me your price is, I am going to pay it. I'm not going to ask you, well, can I do it for this? Well, can you not? No, that is your
$100, good Lord,
price.
that's a lot of money.
That is your price. That is your time. That is your
Well, you ain't got
price.
it.
That, exactly. That is your energy that you're helping me. So I wouldn't expect nothing for free. So
I know you said you've been doing this 25 years. How long have these homes been around? How long have they been open?
mine isn't open yet.
Okay.
Mine should be open, and I'm pushing for November.
Okay.
Before it gets too cold, because that's when they're really wanting beds, because people are out here homeless and they don't have nowhere to go, and other people homes may fill up. So that's why I'm trying to get it that way. If it's backflow and they don't have nowhere to send people from shelters or different places, I'll have at least a couple beds open.
I was just going to ask that. How do you normally go about getting your clientele?
Yes, so let me come a little closer.
Right.
Come a little closer.
Yes. So within me, I've been operating, like I said, for about 2 years. Now I have 3 group homes, but I also specialize in other things too, just helping families. Some people don't want to be split up, so just offering a ton of unique services, including shadowing women like Dee Dee, who was inspired and want to be able to start group homes as well. So yes, I get a lot of clients from everywhere. I took a woman from in front of a shelter because I didn't like the way she was seen. I met a man in a gas station and passed him a business card and housed him. Just all from different type of organizations. I'm sponsored from all types of nonprofits who haven't never heard of this type of housing. So they're excited, right? So they send me so many people, so we want to find as many people as possible who is looking to join, and that's why there's no competition. I don't want to see
the more
nobody
better.
outside. Yeah, I don't want to see anyone outside. If you got a property and you is interested in doing something similar to this, join in the race instead of
And it's not hard. Like I said, I got a home off of the land bank, Trade Land Bank. I fixed it up. I knew what I wanted to do with it. Like I said, I was just stuck. I didn't know like what else to do, like the website. I didn't know how to get all that stuff started.
Right.
Like I said, I contacted her. She has been an angel ever since.
Yeah, and I'm glad. And she brought up a point that I was going to bring up as far as y'all not being in competition because, like anything in business, right, or that we buy revolve around one of 5 things. And I kind of brought this up earlier in the conversation. It's either a product, a service, an experience, an opportunity, or a cause, right? And the business that y'all are in is a combination of it being a cause and experience, right? The cause is you changing somebody's experience, right? So it's like it's not you're not competing, you're not selling a product. You know what I'm saying? You're not selling a service. I mean, it is kind of a service, but it's more so of that's why I was like, is it a nonprofit? Because it's like you're changing people's lives. Is really what you're in business to do.
Yeah.
So there's no competing with that. You know what I mean? To partner with each other is only making each other stronger with that. So that's
exactly.
And I meant to say that too. Mine is an LLC, and I also have a nonprofit as well, and she would call right now. I have, like I said, it is an LLC, and I also have nonprofit, and my nonprofit is Ida's Angels, and that, I just wanted to make sure I had
hand in hand with what they're doing here.
So I'm about to say. So what is that? What is Ida's Angels? It's basically the same thing. It's in nonprofit form.
It's just a nonprofit form. Yes.
Okay, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So
just trying to make a difference. Like I'm just trying to help out the city. Like our city shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't be. It should be that we, the people, have, and that's another thing that I was going to bring up. That's important to me is that it's us providing these services to our people, as opposed to other institutions who we may not be convinced completely on their.
They don't have the
empathy.
same experiences. They don't have
their empathy for our people. Right.
We know the nature of what we're going through.
Exactly.
We know the climate. We know exact climate of what Black people are going through right now.
We understand each other.
So, about how many employees work for your company?
With this unique business structure, you don't have to get a ton of employees for your housing. So I really only have about 3 employees to assist me with everything that I do. And you set your housing up to make house managers within. So that's how you're able to set it out to form and assist so many more people.
And if people want to, because I have a lot of clothes I need to get rid of, and I know these are good clothes. Do y'all take donations and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
How can people find you exactly? Could you put that in the comments? So, in the comments of the video, so people can know where to click when they want to donate. I mean, you said you do you do men and women, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Baby clothes, because it's domestic violent women that's getting away, and they kids may not. She just had a young lady that delivered in a hospital and didn't have absolutely nothing. Car seat, diapers, bottles, absolutely nothing.
Yes.
Absolutely nothing.
What would you all want to say to people who are considering or don't know if they need this type of assistance or not? How would they know for sure that they need this type of assistance, in case they're questioning it?
I mean, if you are just going through a rough time and you're like, keep hitting brick walls. I know for people of color, it's hard. I was just preaching on this yesterday. It's hard to ask for help because of maybe that's just how the way we was raised. Was raised in a hardcore life. You ain't taught to express what's going on in your household. And my mother would literally go without eating, working, not to say she didn't have it because she worked multiple jobs and was very successful, but certain times when she had those hiccups, she never wanted to ask for help, and I didn't understand that, so, and it's just the way we set up, right? But just from my experience, I sought so many different angles, and I've met people who aren't my color and experience walking into places and receiving that help that I couldn't even get from my own. And that's because of, I'm a piggyback on a competition. People don't like to see people doing well if they are going through different things. And that's just something we got to get through, right? We got to fight through that.
Comparing ourselves to others.
Exactly.
Stop comparing yourself to others.
Yes, turn Facebook off, take it off your phone if that's something you got to do. But
And if you need help, ask for it. I'm sorry. If you need help,
ahead,
just ask for it. Don't. And it's the thing is, it's people out here that don't realize that they're have mental issues. Because once again, us as color, we're too strong for that. We don't need to talk to nobody. We don't need to lay on nobody's couch to tell them our problems.
That's what we were taught.
Yes,
Not
but no,
necessarily
you
true.
do need to talk to people. You need to you need to release that, because you're stressing yourself out and you making it bad for everybody else. It's other outlets out here.
You
People
preaching to
just
me, I'm
don't-
telling you.
people, it's just so many
Yes.
outlets that people just don't know about, and all you got to do is just ask for help.
Yeah. And so if
It's
you
no
just
dumb
are
question.
over the age of 18 years old and you are in need of housing, definitely I'll put in the comments how you can be able to get in touch with me.
Yes.
Currently, right now, I don't really have any beds available. Looking to expand, and I'm doing tons of other things as well as missionary work. Just trying to change different things in the area. You know, you ride past and you see so many
Yes.
liquor stores, dispensaries
Yes.
within a short range. But then when I cross 8 Mile, it's just across 8 Mile, they remove that. So it's just a system that we have to remove amongst each other. So
Supposed to
I'm
be
going to
some-
change that.
Supposed to be some regulation in it. They have to get approval to be able to have their dispensary a certain amount of feet away from liquor
So a
stores
lot
and
of them are
schools.
ran
Yeah.
illegal.
Yeah.
But like you said, it can get oversaturated and makes you wonder,
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
especially what they allow in the city versus what they allow other places.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So yeah.
Man, I was enjoying listening to y'all
I was
talk.
going to
for a
say your
minute.
turn.
Y'all silly. But yeah, again, I just appreciate the fact that, we have people taking an initiative to create businesses that fill voids in our community other than, the typical businesses that we like to start. I'm not going to throw nothing out there because there's not no knock to nobody out here making money of doing
Right.
it. But we know that some areas of business in our community are saturated. It's like the go-to businesses to start when it comes to starting businesses. And it's more so about people making a dollar as opposed to, like you said, like we was playing earlier, how y'all are providing an experience, a need,
Exactly.
to the people.
That's
what I'm
the
saying?
perfect kind of business when you find a need and especially if you're passionate about it and you really are making a difference. The fulfillment's right there.
Exactly.
The fulfillment's right there.
Yes.
And the whole thing is, you can get a house for $1,000 and fix it up in less than 6 months, and you can start the same type of business.
I'm glad the land bank is being nice again. It's a different topic. It's a different topic, but no shade to the land bank. Thank y'all for
Yes.
doing right.
Man, I'm telling you, it
Y'all
was
had
rough for a minute.
Okay, a
Yes.
little shade involved. I hope everybody who plucked their house, that picked it out, whoever. I hope y'all got it now. Can
Yeah.
y'all give it back to the city, please?
Right,
Give us our
right.
houses back and our lots.
Right.
Please. And
Yes.
don't tax
Please.
us $1 million for a square foot
Exactly.
of land.
I'm telling
Please give us our houses
Oh
back.
my gosh.
Man.
not fair.
So, any resource or any, I say, way that people can contact you for your resources? You said you gave out the Gmail right there in the
Yes.
comments. So, you have a website, a fan page, anything that you want to give everybody out before we live out of
I
here?
do. My website is Compassionate Touch Residential Care.com. The phone number is 586-328-7287.
All right.
And can I see this flyer real quick?
you. Absolutely.
I assume the requirements for a candidate is pretty much the same on vote. So I just want to read off to you all. Like you said, it needs to be over 18.
And that's a sober living flyer.
This is a
not
sober
break
living
things.
flyer.
Yes,
Where you have
but
the,
if you don't even have any sober living issues, you're just
Right.
going through a rough
Right.
patch.
okay.
This still is the special type of housing
Right.
that will assist you because we have job resources, educational resources.
So let me tell y'all what they got going on. Shit, you get food daily. Okay. I don't even get that. All right.
All right, well, listen, Marcy,
Wi-Fi.
keep talking because we got the next guest coming in because I got to go let him out.
Okay.
Let him in, so keep,
You get Wi-Fi, and I know that's a big deal for a lot of makes the world go around right now. Resume building workshops. so many people. I've helped grown people, you know, in their 30s
Yes.
this year, you know, a resume.
Yes.
Things change. Industries change. So resumes need to change.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you're slacking. Don't be embarrassed about that. I had to update mine too.
Exactly. I have to update mine.
Things have changed.
I can't even tell you the last time I did a resume. Years.
Now you can put podcasting on there, okay?
Amen.
The locations are on the east side mainly, or
Mainly East. Yeah.
mainly east? Okay.
Yep. Well, I have east and west.
We got east and west locations.
Yep.
People.
And then if you're interested in something outside of 8 Mile as well, then we have rooms available
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
In Chesterfield.
If you don't mind, can I say some of the prices?
Absolutely.
So they have a shared room starting at $120 and $120 weekly or $420 monthly. And I was just mentioning earlier about how that fills in the gray space for a lot of people. Rent is $1,500 now,
Right.
to the point where
Right.
and you're still probably just going to get a room,
Yep.
just
That's
a
it.
room, a nice room, maybe off the water, but
Still got to pay for Wi-Fi.
Yes.
sometimes you got to take a few steps back so
Yep.
you can have
There you
that
go.
comeback.
We all need help. We all need help.
I just moved back home in my parents' basement last year from Baltimore, and I was there for like 12 years. And thank God I had that situation to go to,
Exactly.
and it actually put things in perspective for me. You know, I was really down on myself,
Yeah.
grieving my independence, but not realizing I was put in a situation to
Better yourself.
better
Yeah,
myself.
That's good.
So
That's
I really do dig this, and you all will be at the Potathon.
Yes.
Yes,
Of
absolutely.
course.
You gonna have a table?
Yes.
Okay.
Me too.
Y'all come on.
Snacks. A little snacks.
Yeah, and I'm sure resources and cards and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yes.
Question. So when somebody is in one of you all's homes and you feel like they may need further attention than what you are offering, you, like you said, you have resources, and y'all don't mind. I don't know how to explain it. Forwarding them to the proper situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Outsourcing them to
There
where
we
they
go.
need to be. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was actually at a neighborhood block meeting the other day. My mom, she runs the meetings, and the police were there, right? Automatic. All right.
Stops.
Right. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to y'all. So they start talking about how they have a new policing strategy now. They're called neighborhood policing, and these are different police officers. They are actually more involved in the community than the average cop. They're sent to deal with mental health issues or drug issues, or maybe a veteran, and they are actually allowed more time to de-escalate situations.
Really?
Double the amount of time at least than the regular cops. So they make a sure point to make a safe detainment if needed, and they will transport them to the facility that they need to go. And I'm like, okay, tell me more. Well, they're saying that they go into communities and they make a rapport with these people so that when they do have to show up, when Pookie is losing his mind, his auntie's calling like we can't control him, they already have a rapport with Pookie.
Exactly.
And
Awesome.
That is
they're
good.
keeping up with him.
Good.
So, and also they say that they have 3 different courts. They have a mental health
Really?
court. They're gonna have they have a drug court, and they have a veterans court. And I said, all this stuff is happening right here. Tell me more. So, the sentences are gonna be, instead of just railroading them to jail, they're gonna sentence them to
Yes.
treatment.
That's how they should do.
And I said, okay.
Because some of them need treatment. They don't need to be
Exactly.
sentenced. Because
Exactly.
that's making them worse in some cases. You know what I mean,
Exactly.
depriving them of the resources, and then depriving them of the damn sunlight, depriving them of fresh air on top of all of the stuff that they're already going through mentally.
Right.
Making it worse.
They're just making
Yep,
it worse, man.
exactly.
Yeah.
Give them their medicine. Take them, like you said, treatment.
Treatment.
Find out what the core of it is. Go back to when they were younger. See what happened. Something happened in their childhood. Something happened with the way they were raised. They might have been in and out of group homes, foster
Yeah.
homes. Figure
Yeah.
out what the problem is before you just automatically throw people in jail.
And they said they went they still going through training with this. They said they've been doing it for like maybe almost 5, 6, 7 years. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
But they it's not a lot of them yet, you know. And I said, y'all gonna make kids want to be cops again.
Yeah.
If-
Absolutely.
When
That's
y'all,
awesome. That's
so
awesome.
I'm like, all right. I'll shout out to Detroit Police Department. Y'all,
Okay,
okay.
DPD.
So again, like just
Yeah.
us knowing about some of these resources that we know that we need in the community, us, right? And people don't
Right.
have platforms like this, and having the ability to put them out there is real important, because there's a lot of people that need these the resources like what these sisters provide, as well as what you was talking about. Some people didn't know, these new changes with the police system.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, me too.
So the more that we raise awareness about this, not only will we have people that may be able to take advantage of some of the resources, but some of the people that may want to add to the team of this
Right.
special type of police force is going on out
Right.
here.
And they want people to join
and we're
so
filling
bad.
and we're filling these we're correcting these voids. You know what I'm saying? We're filling the voids.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. And again, it's important that we are, providing these, fulfilling these causes. Coming with businesses that are fulfilling causes, as opposed to just service. I'm selling
Right.
something.
That can
I'm a
go in
product like that.
partnership
And
with,
then
along with the police stuff.
Yeah, or just stuff that's helping our community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know what I mean? Us having things that we are providing to ourselves that is needed, that is necessary, as opposed to having to depend on other people for these
Other
things.
people that don't really care about
They don't
us.
really care about us. I mean, they are in it, for the dollar. They're looking at the dollar sign, but we really care about our people. We're trying to fix
Exactly.
our situation. You know what I mean? Because we're living it. You know what I mean? We all have family members that need these resources. You know what I mean? Whether it be mental health, whether it be whatever kind of resources.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We know that we all know people, and sometimes ourselves. It's crazy because a lot of the businesses that I've spoken with over the last few weeks, a lot of the vendors, I've asked them the question of what was your inspiration, and within that question, they all said that majority of them it was almost fulfilling the needs of their own lives. It was avoiding their own life that they ended up just feeling to the point where they made a business out of it.
And that's the motivation right there.
That was the motivation. They were so good at doing it. Whether it was somebody who just, I don't want to say coupon, but somebody who just, was real resourceful on a certain thing that they did for themselves, like makeup.
Right.
And now they just because they did makeup to the point for themselves, so now they good enough to do it for other people. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of people that just started businesses off of filling voids in themselves or solving problems for themselves, and that's what it sounds like. How Sister said earlier. You know what I mean? This is like I went through something, and
Right.
I know this is a resource that I needed. This is a problem that I need solved, and I know there's other people out there that probably needed it too. So, who better than to provide that solution than somebody who's
They've
been through it.
Exactly. And the first thing, like I was telling her, excuse me, the first part about this is you have to care. You cannot do this type of work just for the money, because it's not a lot of money in home care, not a lot of money in caregiving, group home. You have to care about people. You got to put your feelings inside of it, or it'll be a swinging door. You'll just be going in, oh, I don't like this, I'm coming out. I don't like this, I don't want to do this. You have to have compassion. These people need help.
And passionate work, and no matter what you do, usually sometimes if you're passionate about it, that means you're going to take care of it.
Exactly.
So usually you don't end up exploiting it anyway. Not everybody gets rich off of
as
it.
opposed to
Exactly.
listen,
Yeah,
as opposed
exactly.
to people on the opposite side of the spectrum, right? Who've been instrumental in systematically creating the situations that cause people to need those resources.
Exactly.
That's why some of those people get into it for the money, right?
Yep.
Because they helped create this. They see, the system and how it's running. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to tap into this vein right now because I know it's money in it,
Yeah.
and I don't care about the people. In fact, I don't care about the people so much so that I will help create the situation
Yep.
that will drive the people into this institution. Now, whether that be jail, right, mental facilities, or so that's why we got privatized prisons. A lot of people don't know, and y'all walked in on the conversation we was talking about the police. A lot of people don't know that we have privately funded police,
Yep.
right? Police that are not funded by the state. So it's a lot of times you've probably seen videos where people will try to correct the police and check them and say, I pay your taxes. If my tax dollars pay your salary.
Yeah.
And then they say, no,
No,
it
it
don't.
don't. Yep.
Why? Because these are the privatized. Like we have a couple of them right here in the city, right? That where these are the road cops, right? So now when we're talking about defunding the police, No, we're talking about defunding the wrong, the ones that actually get paid by our tax dollars, the ones that
Absolutely.
actually can be held accountable for
What we can control.
Yeah, the ones that we
Exactly.
can control,
Yes.
we'll be defunding them and then empowering more of the privatized owned
Right.
police. Like we have one in Centerline, right? You ride a Van Dyke, like a Warren. I'm sorry, there's a Warren police precinct right up in Van Dyke. Right there,
Yeah.
and you know, forever now, Warren is not a big city at all, and it's always been. I think it was off 10 or 12 mile. I think the police precinct is. That's the Warren, the only one that's in Warren that's needed. But now they had that second one on Van Dyke, and that's the privatized one. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that are doing the stuff. You know, the rogue stuff. You know what I mean? The one because we can't control them really because they private. They might be funded by the Klan. We never
Right.
know.
Sundown town.
Right.
They're the sundown cops.
I was in Livonia yesterday. I prayed until I crossed Telegraph.
See?
I gotta stay away from there.
We don't know about those. There's a lot of stuff that we need to raise awareness about. You know what I mean? Whether it be the resources or the changes that's going on in our community with certain
Yeah.
things that's already in
Yes.
existence. You know what I mean? That's part of the problem that we have right now is because we don't know what's available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're showing light on it. I mean, I wanna really talk about these kind of resources. My mom always telling me so many resources out here, we just don't really hear about them. Well, first of all, the avenues that for the information to flow is
Exactly.
outdated. We need more platforms like this to get the message out to the masses. You know, I mean, I talk to my mom sometimes. She still hand out like little neighborhood flyers.
Right.
You know, I said, you know, maybe make you a
It's a
Facebook page or
disconnect.
something.
Yeah.
Not only the avenues and the information are outdated, but some of the people that need the information are outdated as far as the avenues that the
Right.
information is flowing through.
Some of them
Right.
can't even read. These kids can't read. They read in
text form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then you know some of our older generation is not tech savvy enough. You know what I mean, and then some of our
Exactly.
younger generation is just so dumbed down in attention deficit.
They not getting on no
Syndrome.
Zoom. They're not gonna get on the
If it's-
Zoom.
Exactly. If
If
it's
they
not a
ain't
video
getting it, if
game,
they're not getting it
doing
on Instagram or TikTok,
Exactly.
then they're
They
not gonna
doing
get the
it.
information.
Then they're not gonna get it, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Crazy enough.
yeah, I
true.
appreciate y'all sisters
Yeah,
coming
not a
by
problem.
and like I said, providing this service and providing
Yes.
this opportunity and this experience for the community because it's
Yes.
much needed to our people out here. And you know, more power to you. And we're gonna
Thank
keep
you.
helping you raise awareness and bring people to your situation. and
We
see,
appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank
people
you.
that need it. You know what I mean? And then you know, for future events, you know, y'all more than welcome to be a part of it. Because like I said, I want to keep the branding going. I want to keep the
Right.
marketing going and keep
Well,
it consistent. So
We'll definitely be there, won't we?
Absolutely.
All
yeah,
right.
get all your pamphlets ready so we can pass out your information and get everybody
Okay.
knowing about it.
Will
And,
do.
like I said, y'all go follow the sisters. We put the social media on the screen, and y'all got the YouTube link and the email right there in the comments for the people that's watching. So once again, y'all go check out Compassionate Touch Residential Care and the website or whatever YouTube. Like I said, and the email is in the comments. Appreciate y'all sisters for coming by.
Thank you so much.
You forgot to say her.
And honoring our commitment.
There you go.
Oh,
Affordable.
I'm thinking y'all the same one. What is it? Yeah, what?
Honoring our commitment,
Honoring our
affordable
commitment.
and sober living.
Okay,
Yes.
there it
Yeah,
is. There
that
it is.
part.
Yeah. Well, yeah, put them both in the comments. And put them both
Okay,
in the
will
comments
do.
so we can get
Yes,
them in there.
sir.
Thank
So
you
y'all-
for
y'all go-
having us, Mark.
Most-
You were awesome.
Most definitely. I appreciate y'all for coming.
All right.
In the Southern Mile Radio.
Nasty Productions.
Southern